Hi, I'm Toby Pusey, and I'll be talking to you today about child expectations during school. When you were in grade school, did you ever feel overworked or overwhelmed? I often found that, like many of you likely did, I too was overwhelmed with all the homework that I was given, the expectations of working with my father on weekends and weekdays, and the expectations to do as many sports as I did. So my question to you is, are there too many expectations for children in schools? I would argue yes. From my personal experience, homework was the thing that I hated to do the most. In fact, there was a time where if it wasn't worth very many points, I just simply wouldn't do it. Too much homework is sapping students' strength, curiosity, and most importantly, their love of learning. Is that really what teachers and parents want? That was from the Huffington Post in an article that they wrote in January of 2012. Homework can often be a necessity for teachers because they may not be able to cover all the material or provide the practice needed during class. But homework shouldn't be an escape for the teachers from performing their job of helping and working through things with their students. While homework after a long day at school doesn't sound fun to many of my peers, many kids still have to go to work as well. Working for teens after school has been quite common in the U.S. I personally worked with my father for hours a day so I would have to have my homework and everything else I needed to complete done before he got home. Half of my weekends were also filled with working to earn money and helping my dad with his side business. Estimates by the Association of Farm Worker Opportunity Programs, based on figures gathered by the Department of Labor, suggest that there are approximately 500,000 children farm workers in the United States. Many of these children started working at as young as 8 years old and 72 hours a week, more than 10 hours per day. That is not uncommon. That is according to a webpage called American Federation of Teachers. Children working in the U.S. is no new thing, as many kids have always had to help with their family farms, just as my parents had to as they grew up. But working is just another thing that is added on to kids, along with common house chores. Chores are routine but necessary tasks, such as washing the dishes or folding laundry. Research suggests there are benefits to including chores in a child's routine starting at age 3. That is according to Psychiatry article from June of 2018. While these are social norms in our society, so is the participation in sports, both intramural and with our schools. Sports are common for many kids in our society. But this added pressure to kids during school, which isn't necessary. While sports can be a fun and exciting thing to get into, juggling with good grades, a social life, work, and household duties can really be a struggle. Many student athletes express concern over having insufficient time to study for exams, write papers. Team travel was also cited as a stress factor because of missed classes and assignments, as according to an article from Sports Rec's webpage. Sports are generally a fun release for kids, but can be added stressor to their lives. Young athletes with their exposure to sports activities and their exercise are still likely to experience a good amount of stress. In fact, playing itself can cause a great deal of anxiety, worry, and excitement. That is according to Ohio University Athletics Department. While sports can just be the icing on the cake as far as more expectations for America's youth, it does still highly benefit America's youth just differently. So as you may notice, children in America often have more on their plates than some of their parents even do. Today we went over how the amount of homework given, along with many students needing a job, combined with sports or outside activities, make a child's life extremely busy and stressful. And again, I'll ask you, are children in the U.S. given too many expectations in schools? I now hope that you would strongly agree with me that expectations of children in schools are extremely high. I hope that during this you reflected back on how hard and busy your life was then, and how you still may find it as some of the most fun and exciting times in your life, as I do. Just because it may be a lot of expectations and taxing on the youth doesn't mean it wasn't worth it. I wouldn't be the person you see before you if I didn't have the hectic, high expectation of upbringing as I did. So rather than letting these high expectations tear you down, embrace them and look at them as challenges you need to overcome. Thank you for your time today.